everybody, my name is Cassandra from the blog Craftably Ever After, and welcome to my channel. Wow, Happy New Year, by the way. I can't believe it's the 1st of January already. Before we get started, I wanted to tell you a bit about myself. I started crocheting at the tender age of 35. Yep, actually as a New Year's resolution. There was this girl that I went to school with, made these amazing crocheted and knitted toys. I thought, wow, that looks fantastic. I can do this. I want to try at the very least. So on the 31st of December 2012, I got in my car, drove to the local haberdashery, just around the corner from where we stayed. I picked up a set of a 3-pack of plastic crochet hooks. This is literally the only one I've got left. They're awful to work with, but I didn't know any better. So I bought these plastic hooks. I didn't know a thing about yarn. I bought the ones that I found that felt nice and soft and were fairly affordable, because I thought, well, I'm not going to spend thousands of rands. I was in South Africa at that time. I'm not going to spend thousands of rands on a hobby that I don't know I'm going to continue with. Went home with my yarn, my hooks. I think I bought a packet of safety eyes because I saw that you will need it if you want to make toys, and some stuffing. And I went onto YouTube. I found a pig pattern from Amigurumi Freely, I think the lady's channel is. I'll also link it. And I just started learning to crochet from a YouTube video. I was 35 at the time, as I mentioned. I never picked up a crochet hook before, and I just fell in love with it. That was it for me. After I crocheted that pig, which, by the way, I found out once I got a bit better, that I actually crocheted her inside out. So I corrected that technique, which I didn't know I did wrong at the time. But this is how I learned, and I still have that pig today. I'm very proud of it, because that's where it all started for me. And I haven't put a hook down since. So it's been nearly 9 years now. And this is what I hope my channel will be as well. I want to share my love of Amigurumi. I want to share ideas. I want to share projects with you. I follow quite a few crochet channels. A few of my favorites. I love Le Petit Saint Crochet. I love Summer Steps and Stitches. There's a number of them. I'll list my favorite ones down below. And I find it so inspiring that there's so many people around the world that come together based on something you can do with a ball of yarn. So I've always found crochet to be incredibly calming and relaxing. And I hope that if you have a New Year's resolution, just as I had back in 2013, I hope you will join me. I hope you will find some inspiration. I hope I will convince you, if you haven't tried crocheting before, I hope I can convince you to do it. It's something you will not regret. That is the one promise I can make about crochet. You will not regret it. Even if you don't crochet. We've been through such a hectic time the last couple of years with COVID. And just to have something relaxing to fall back on. I think a lot of people picked up crafts the last couple of years, and I can understand why. I will never stop crocheting. It is a passion of mine. I love it. I've done markets. I've recently started writing patterns. The first 2 videos on my blog is actually the first 2 videos on this channel is of a tutorial I made for this little bear just behind me. So go have a look at it. It's beginner friendly. So if you're considering starting to learn to crochet, go have a look at that tutorial. It's very easy. You'll love it. Another bit of information, as you may have heard, I mentioned before that I'm from South Africa. I currently live in Denmark. And one of the things that I sort of, it's a guilty indulgence, if I can call it that I didn't really have access before in South Africa, is crochet kits. Believe it or not, for someone who loves crochet, who obviously don't need a kit to be able to complete a project, I have fallen in love with crochet kits. So part of the channel will be devoted to having a look at different crochet kits. Also for this past Christmas, I was lucky enough to get a 6-month subscription to Crochet Society, which I weren't able to do when I was in South Africa. But now that I'm closer to the UK, and the post actually reaches my door, I decided to get a subscription, and I'm very excited about it. Now, the thing with subscription boxes, let me tell you, I'm not always a fan of the patterns, although the patterns are amazing, don't get me wrong. I thought this might be a good challenge also for the channel, is to see what do I get in the kit. So I'm not going to be doing unboxings. There's tons of unboxing videos around. What I want to do is to get inspiration from the box and then take you along with me as I try to either create something from scratch, maybe a new pattern, a new design, but based on the inspiration from the box. So what I've got here, this was the first box I received. It was the December box. Like I said, it's not going to be an unboxing video. All the things are already out of this box. But what I wanted to do as my first subscription box challenge is to use one of the designs I've got in here. Now, I am an amigurumi person, so for the most part my channel will be about amigurumi. I don't do blankets or clothing. I honestly don't have the attention span for it. I love toys. I love the instant gratification about it. So what I'll be doing, I'm going to use actually the pattern they have in this book, which is from Gillian Hewitt from Spinner Yarn Crochet. Now, I love Spinner Yarn Crochet's designs. I'm subscribed to her newsletter. I cannot wait to receive it. She's got awesome patterns in there. A favorite of mine that I'm going to pluck up the courage one day to do is the Harry Potter series. I love that Hagrid doll that she's got. The only problem is I'm not a fan of the flat panel crochet method of making toys. So I'll show you her little pattern in here. I hope you can see it. It's this cute little polar bear. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this bear as inspiration, but I'm going to make it in like the traditional style of amigurumi. Now, starting with the magic ring, just do it a regular tubed toy. I don't know what you would call it. So although I love her designs, I'm not I don't know, maybe I'm scared of it. I don't know what it is, but I like the more traditional way of making toys. So for my first subscription box challenge, which you can join me for, as I'm making this guy in these yarns that we get. So we do get nice and white, blue, I think he's got grey, and he's got yellow. So all of these were part of the kit. We also got a bit of stuffing. I'm probably going to use a tad more stuffing than this. But this is what I'm going to do. So I think from now on, I think I'm going to call this the subscription box or the yarn mystery box challenge. I will be taking inspiration from the book rather than just flat out making the patterns that I've got in there. And I think that's also what I want to tell you guys out there is be brave. don't be afraid to try your own thing. Don't be afraid to adjust the pattern. I'm excited for it. I look forward to seeing what this bee will look like. Once he's done, I will also take you a bit around beautiful Copenhagen, where we currently live. My husband and with our 2 kids. We moved here in November of 2020. So coming from South Africa, that's quite a change, but this place is amazing. I love it here. It's beautiful. And I would like to show you around. So I think once the project is done for taking photos, I'm going to take you to a few of my favorite spots around the city. And I hope you'll enjoy it. I know I like seeing where other crocheters and other crafters live. I like to see their areas. It feels like traveling from my couch. So I'm going to take you along with me, show you some of my favorite spots around Copenhagen. I hope you'll enjoy it with me. So I think I'd better get started on this polar bear. Yep. I hope I see you on the next episode. But yes, it was nice chatting to you, and welcome. I hope I see you next time.